Oke, bismillah wa bihamdih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihim wa sahbihim ajmain. Amma ba'd. Alhamdulillah, today here we'll have the first thesis defense, yeah, and then the participant here it will be Shifa Fadilla, yeah. How are you, Shifa?
I'm fine, Mister.
Okay, and then
A bit nervous.
what about your preparations to join this thesis defense?
Insyaallah, I'm preparing this good. Insyaallah, I'm ready.
Okay, so you're preparing this thesis defense here in a good way. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Before you're going to start this thesis defense, I would like to give you the instruction first. Yeah. If you already watch the previous thesis defense, yeah, maybe you can have your basic comprehension, I guess, about how did we do the thesis defense. Yeah. First, I'm gonna give you a chance here to explain your complete thesis, yeah, your PowerPoint presentations, and then after that one, I'm gonna give you the questions based on your PowerPoint presentations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Siva.
Yeah, Mister.
Okay, without wasting the time, let's start this thesis defense here. We're reciting Basmalah together. Yeah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Okay, let's hope you can give us the clear kind of answer, and then also you have your own kind of explanation about your complete thesis. And as I always mentioned to all of your previous big sis or big bro, your complete thesis here is your own compositions. Yeah, so you are the one that mastering all the details on it. Okay, time is
Okay.
yours. Come on, Sipa, Fadilla. I'm gonna start sharing the screen. Okay. Can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, come on. Time is yours now.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Mr. Dr. Sofian Hadi, M.Pd, as my thesis examiner. Today I'm going to present about my thesis with the title is Student Mastery of Phrasal Verbs and their Reading Comprehension Ability. Next, Mr. Okay, the first slide is why did I conduct this research? In academic settings, reading is an important skill that will affect student success in learning English. Students are required to engage in reading activities since it will help them in dealing with their assignment and other academic demands. So reading is considered as a central way to obtain new knowledge and new information. And having good reading skill is essential for student success in learning English since it will help them to master their target language. So that's why I choose reading skill as my thesis. And in reading activities, reading comprehension become one of the most common topic because students often face some difficulties in reading where they find some ambiguous word, unfamiliar vocabulary, and only have limited available time to process the text. For ELF students, of course, reading in foreign language is different from reading in their first language because they must be able to decode every word, phrase, and sentence in order to understand the message and the meaning that the writer want to convey in the text. And when students find some words that they don't know or they don't recognize, of course, some of them will tend to skip ahead. That's why the more challenging the reading become, the harder it is for students to understand the meaning, especially when it comes to phrasal verbs. And misunderstanding phrasal verbs could affect students' reading comprehension ability, because the complete reading comprehension the complete reading comprehension only can be reached if students uh, understand the whole text, and since mastering phrasal verbs will lead students to get the complete comprehensions in reading that could be seen as language proficiency. This emphasizes that mastering phrasal verbs is a must, because it will affect students' reading comprehension. And next, the theory. Uh, the theory is Junior Tawan et al. 2020 state that good mastery of phrasal verbs is very helpful for students to get the point of an ideas in the text. That's why being able to understand and use phrasal verbs correctly is essential if students want to develop and improve their reading comprehension ability. Because students needs to have a satisfactory environment where they can exposed to wide variety of reading experience, to be knowledge and experience in understanding the complexity of idiomatic language like phrasal verbs. That's why mastering phrasal verbs will solve the difficulties. And the next slide, sir. And the next is method and the procedures. I conduct this research on March until April 2021 at English Education Department in Muhammadiyah University of Jakarta, and I use quantitative research with correlational study, and I use 65 students as populations, but I only took one class as a sample, which consists of 41 students. And the technique of collecting the data, I use phrasal verb test and reading comprehension test. And before I used to I give the test to the students, I conduct validity and reliability, and after that, I give to the students and to collect the score, and after that, I analyze the score using Pearson Product Moment using SPSS program. Next, Mr.
Okay,
And
proceed.
after,
Proceed.
yeah, yeah, Mr.
Proceed. You may continue.
And after I collect the score, uh, this is the result. There are 11 students who got excellent in phrasal verb test, and there are 10 students who got excellent in reading comprehension test. And next is there are 13 students who get good in phrasal verb test, and 21 students who get good in reading comprehension score, and there are 8 students who got fair in phrasal verb test, and 7 students who got fair in reading comprehension test. And next, there are 8 students who got poor in phrasal verb test, and 3 students who get poor in reading comprehension test, and the last one is only 1 student who get very poor in phrasal verb test, and no one get very poor in phrasal verb in reading comprehension test. Next, Mister. And after I analyze the data, I got the Pearson correlations with the value of Pearson correlation between phrasal verbs and reading comprehension is 0.496, with the value of R table at the significant level 5%, which is 0.808. And next, Mister. And the conclusions based on the result, the alternative hypothesis was accepted and the null hypothesis is rejected because the value of Pearson correlations is higher than R table. and therefore it can be concluded that there is a positive correlations between students' mastery of phrasal verbs and their reading comprehension ability. Phrasal verbs mastery gives positive contribution to the students' reading comprehension ability. The stronger a student's ability to master phrasal verbs, the better their reading comprehensions. However, this correlation is not based on cause and effect. And some students may get low scores in phrasal verbs, yet they still get a high score in reading comprehension. And this indicate that if a student get low score on phrasal verbs, it doesn't mean that student and it doesn't mean that their reading comprehension is poor. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, that's all, Shifa, Fadilla.
Yeah, Mr.
Okay, thank you very much. And then now let's try to take a look at your PowerPoint presentation.
Okay.
Okay, wait a second. Okay, can you see it clearly, Siva?
Yes, yes, I can see it clearly. Really.
Okay. Okay, Siva. Let's
Yeah.
start with the title you got here. It is Student Mastery of Phrasal Verb and the Reading Comprehension Ability. Yeah.
Yeah.
From your title here, there are two main focus. There are two main focus. The first here is phrasal verb, and then the second one, it is reading comprehension ability. Okay.
Yes.
My first question, what is it that you found, yeah, based on your research here about mastery of phrasal verb and then also reading comprehension ability? Your focus here is on university students, right? Yeah, the college
Yeah.
students. Okay, come on. Would you please try to explain starting with your title first? Come on.
Uh, uh, when I conduct this research, I think based on the score that I get, there are some students who are still not familiar with the phrasal verbs. That's why there are still some of them that still find some difficulties to understanding and making the meaning of the phrasal verbs, especially it is hard for them to understand phrasal verb since it has some like idiomatic meaning, and sometimes they can have literal meaning, and also they are still lack of awareness as they read the phrasal verbs in the text. Maybe that's why it is hard for students, especially for EFL students, to uh, make meaning from phrasal verbs. That's I think that's why students need to learn more about phrasal verbs so they can uh, they so that it can help them to get the comprehensions in reading. I think that's my answer.
Okay, thank you very much. What I'm trying to ask you here, you can give the basic reasoning about phrasal verb, and then second one, why this reading comprehension ability. You can mention when we try to discuss about phrasal verb, why it is not in other skills. Why did you decided to choose reading comprehensions? Yeah, not writing, not speaking, and then not listening. Come on, that will be your
Uh,
second question, please.
because I think reading is is a important skill since it's the way that student can obtain their to obtain new knowledge and informations as they read the text. So it's source of info. So reading is a source of information, so source of knowledge, and um, having good reading skills is very helpful for them since it will help them in dealing with their academic demands and their assignments. So I think that's my answer.
Okay, thank you very much. Um, okay, I was discussing about the title of your thesis, and then second slide here it is. Okay, this is not the second slide. It is the first chapter, I guess. Yeah, the first chapter of your thesis, the
Yeah.
reason behind conducting this research. Yeah, you already mentioned it is based on your observations, maybe, or based on your personal experience. Why did you decide it here? Phrasal verb, and then second one, reading comprehension. Your own experience dealing with learning reading comprehensions, or it is based on the result of interviewing your friends or the result of your observations. Come on, Shifa.
Uh, this is I think this is from my experience, and I see that some of also I see it from other students, which is also my friends too. Uh, so as we are ELF students, so I th- uh, I think phrasal verbs is still hard for us to learn because since we are not sorry, since we are not um, native speaker, so it's become challenge for us to learn phrasal verbs because phrasal verbs is have a meaning that the word that can we translate one by one. So we have to translate the phrasal verbs as whole phrase. So it is very hard for EFF students like me, of course, and other students to learn phrasal verbs. So that's why the reason phrasal verbs are difficult for students to learn because they sometimes have literal meaning and sometimes they have idiomatic meaning, and also sometimes they can be have more than one meaning. So that's why it is hard for students to deal with phrasal verbs when they don't know the synonym or the meaning of the phrasal verbs as they read the text. So that's why I'm curious and I want to know it is still uh, there are if there are still students who struggle to learn phrasal verbs, sir. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much, Shifa Fadilla. Next one. So since you were mentioning phrasal verb all the time, and then it is consists also in your title. Now, what is a phrasal verb exactly, based on your
Uh,
comprehension, please?
I think phrasal verbs is a combination of two or three words that has different meaning from its original words. So it is a combination of two words that uh, can be a verb or, or adverb and prepositions that uh, the meaning is different from the original word. I think that's what is phrasal verbs based on my explain based on my perspective. Sorry.
Okay, and then now come with the example, so you can give us the clear overview of phrasal verb, please.
I think the example, for example, like uh, okay, misal, for example, like put on is can be have two meaning, which is put on misal, for example, like the weather is cold, so I put on my jacket, uh, and uh, and it can have synonym with put on is can have synonym with um, wear, memakai. That's why phrasal verbs is kind difficult because they consist of two words, and some students still need to translate as whole word, so they can, if they translate it by one, it has different meaning. So the weather is cold, so I put on on my jacket, and the weather is so cold, so I wear my jacket is has same meaning, but it has the other one is have it has phrasal verbs, and the other one is using one word like wear. I think this is the example, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now let's
Yeah.
leave this first chapter, and then the second chapter, reviewing related literature. Here, when you try to mention about the theory, you are only mentioning about phrasal verb itself. Yeah. So you gotta
Uh, uh,
put, yeah, so you gotta put also here the relevance, yeah, between phrasal verb and then also the reading comprehensions theory. Okay,
okay.
because
Okay,
you're
Mister.
discussing two kind of variable here. First, it is phrasal verb, and then second one, it is reading comprehensions. And then you got the latest kind of reference here from Junior Tawan et al. Yeah, and then mentioning a phrasal verb. Junior Tawan here, the expert that you got here from Indonesia, or where is it?
Uh, wait, I forget. I see.
Okay, maybe you can check from your reference about Junior Tawan et al. 2020.
I got it from jurnal
Yeah.
ilmiah jurnal ilmiah pendidikan Indonesia. I think it's from Indonesia. Sorry, sir.
Okay, that will be really irrelevant, I guess, when you try to quote, when you try to take the expert opinion about phrasal verb here, then you are taking the expert opinion from Indonesia because you are discussing about phrasal verb that related with the use of English language learning, right? So
Okay,
it should
okay,
be
okay.
better when you try to use Harmer or any other expert that mentioning real about phrasal verb itself.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
Mister.
and
Yeah,
then
Mister.
second one of the theory here from any expert that you took to mention about reading comprehension, please.
The theory about reading.
Yep.
I took um Petal Engine 2008 define reading as an aid in understanding the meaning of printed words, writing symbol, and also Harmer 2015 explained that reading as an activity that involves the eyes to get the message and information from reading text and processing that information into the brain, so the readers gain new knowledge.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes.
When you try to put also your theory on your second chapter of your thesis, Shifa
Yeah.
Fadilla, you're gonna mention here each variable, the relation, the correlations. Your research here is about correlational research, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, because since you try to find the correlation between phrasal verb and then also reading comprehensions, yeah, so you have to put your perspective also about the correlation, yeah, about phrasal verb and then reading comprehension itself. Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
that
Okay,
should
Mister.
be enough for your theory and then method and procedure. Okay, now let's have a look at this one. Time and place, March 2021 till April 2021. Interesting. You conducted this research. It is only a month.
Yeah. Since I just have to give the test with using I use Google Form to collect the data. So I just give the just share and give the link of Google Form, which consists of my phrasal verb test and reading comprehension test.
Okay, my question. When you try to deliver all those tasks, starting with phrasal verb task and then second one reading comprehension task, it is the exact same kind of participant. Yeah, those that answering the phrasal verb task, it will be the same with those that answering reading comprehension task. Those
Yeah, yeah,
41
yeah.
students.
Yes, I only use one on class, which is being class of second semester students in English education department.
So from class of 2020 then.
Yes.
Okay. And then the population, it is 65 students. Really? That was your valid data? The
Yes.
total amount of class of 2020, it is 65?
Yeah, because I got from the absent list of absence from the students. I got that 65 students.
65. Okay, so you're gonna
But I
recheck your data. Yeah, I guess it
oh,
is
okay.
more than 70. Yeah, more than 70 students from
Oh, okay,
class
okay,
of
okay.
2020. Yeah. That was for
Yeah.
your population and then sample. And then next one, your method here, it is quantitative research, correlational study. Interesting. You are one of the student that chose different kind of research. Yeah, well, while
Yeah.
some of your friends are familiar with experimental kind of research and quantitative research, and then you decided to conduct a correlational study, yeah, a correlational research. Now, let me ask you here, what is it? Correlational research or correlational study based on your comprehension? Sifa, come on.
I think correlational study is we seek to find out if two variables or can be more is if they are correlated or not. So we need to test the correlations between two variable or more with Pearson product moment, so we can see if the variable is correlated or not. So I think the correlation research is to determine the relationship between two variable or more. I think that's my definition of correlational study.
And then, what is it, your expectations, yeah, your hope, your goals, yeah, in conducting this research? Okay, you were trying to discuss our two variable. First here it is phrasal verb, and then second one reading comprehensions. So what is it after you already conducted this research?
I want to know if there are correlations between between two variable. I want to identify whether the phrasal verbs is correlate um, to reading comprehension ability. So I want to know if the variable is have some sort of relationships, which one variables can create some change to other variable. So my goal is to find out whether if there is correlations between phrasal verbs and reading comprehension ability. I think that's all, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. And then now
Yeah.
next one here, it will be about the technique of collecting the data. You're mentioning two techniques, yeah? First, here
Yeah.
it is phrasal verb test. Second one, reading comprehension test. Yeah. And then now I want you to please try to describe, try to give me, yeah, the example of phrasal verb test, and then also reading comprehension test that you deliver, that you give to all of your participants. Come on.
I give I give a 10 and 10 phrasal verb test, which is multiple choice questions, consists of 10 questions, and the same as like comprehension, reading comprehension test. I use also 10 reading comprehension test, which is uh, but before that I conduct the validity and reliability. I test there are about there are 40 questions, but the valid is only uh, 21 21 questions. So I choose the total is phrasal verb test 10 questions, and the reading comprehension test is 10 questions. So there are uh, 21 multiple choice for phrasal verbs and reading comprehension tests.
That's all?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, first of all here, I would like to give you the stressing. You focus here, you try to find the correlational, yeah, the correlation between phrasal verb test and then reading comprehension tasks. How that you can find, how that you can analyze the correlation here of the phrasal verb test and then reading comprehension test if you deliver different or separate kind of tests, how that you can measure, how that you can analyze the correlations. Shifa.
Yeah, so I test phrasal verb test for testing the variable independent variable, which is phrasal verb, and I test reading comprehension test to test the reading comprehension ability. And in reading comprehension test I put some kind of I put some phrasal verbs or phrasal verbs in the text, so they can they can the students is reading the phrasal verb in reading comprehension test. So in reading comprehension test, I also ask about the meaning of or the synonym of the phrasal verb. So based on that, I can analyze the result from reading comprehension test. That's
That's
all, sir.
all. Okay. Next one, you're mentioning technique of analyzing the data. Here you are using person product model using a SPSS training program. So this is the applications that you use to analyze the data, right? Hello, Shifa?
Halo,
Shifa?
sir.
Hello.
Ya, halo.
Okay.
Hello, halo.
Why did you? Okay. It seems like internet connection. Yeah. Okay. For techniques of analyzing the data, you're mentioning about percent product moment using a SPSS 20 program. Yeah. Uh, is this the only technique that you use when you try to analyze the data finding from your research? Come on.
Uh, I think there are several way to analyze the data. For example, like we can calculate using apa sih itu kan, plus using the formula, but we can calculate in not using SPSS program. We can calculate um, with our own calculations. So we can use Excel, maybe. I think uh, I only know using Excel and SPSS program to analyze Pearson product moment, sir.
That's all.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, now let's try to check your finding, yeah? And then your finding here, it is phrasal verb score and then reading comprehension. This is my main question, I guess, for you, Sifa Fadilla. It seems like you're finding here, you're trying to give us, you try to explain the finding it is in a separate kind of way. Yeah. First of all, you have 5 criteria here, starting with very poor, poor, fair, good, and then excellent. Yeah. Phrasal verb score and then reading comprehension score here based on the test that you give the student, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then I want you to please try to give the explanation of your finding here. First, starting with very poor. Yeah, very poor. Phrasal verb score 1, and then reading comprehension score 0. And then next one, poor. Yeah. Uh, for the phrasal verb score, here is 21, and then poor, here it is 40. Come on, can you try to explain this finding,
Uh,
please?
this is the range of the range of the score. So there are uh, only one student who get the range of 0 until 20 in phrasal verb score, and in very poor in range to 21 until 40 student, there are eight student who got uh, 8 in phrasal verb test, and in range 21 until 40, which is poor, there are 3 student uh, who i- who get poor in reading comprehension test, and in fair the range score is 41 until 60, and there are uh, 8 students who got fair in phrasal verb test, and 7 students who get fair in reading comprehension test, and in range in score range uh, 61 until 80, there 80, which is which is good category. There are 13 students who get good in phrasal verb test, and 21 students who get good in reading comprehension test. And the last one is the excellent one. there are 11 students who get uh, excellent, which is the range score is uh, 81 until 100. Who get 11, there are 11 students in the phrasal verb test and 10 students who get excellent in reading comprehension test. So this the number, this is the range of the score, sir. The range of the score that student get from the
Yeah.
test.
Okay. This is the scoring criteria. Yeah, the scoring criteria that you use for
Yeah,
your students. Yeah, and then the
yeah.
question here. Since your research here is about correlational, so how did you can read this finding? Yeah, or do you have another slide of your finding here? Okay, this one I
Can you
guess.
can you
Okay,
repeat, sir? I can see, I can hear it.
okay. Your focus here is about the correlations, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and then if we try to read this finding, yeah, when the phrasal verb score of the student here, one student is very poor, and then reading comprehension score here is 0, for example. Yeah, and then you are not explaining what is the relation, what is the correlation between, okay, 81 student that got excellent on the phrasal verb score, and then only only 10, yeah? Only 10 students that got excellent on reading comprehension score. So what is it, the correlation between 11 and then also 10 students here for their comprehension of phrasal verb and then also with reading comprehension? Come on.
So the the apa sih namanya? We can see we cannot see the correlations by see the score, but we see the result based on the Pearson correlation, and based on the Pearson correlations, there are the apa sih namanya? Wait, there are the Pearson correlation interpretations, and we can conclude based on the score, but we can conclude the correlations based on the value of the Pearson correlations value, which is the results show that um, the results show that um, the Pearson correlation value is 0.496, which is in Pearson correlation interpretation, it lies between um, 0.440 until 0.669, which is the correlation between variable x and y. The variable y is positive. So I can make the conclusions based on the score, but I make the conclusion based on the Pearson correlation that I analyze using a SPSS program. Jadi, so we can conclude based on the score here, but we need to analyze the score so we can know if it the variable is correlate or not. I think that's all my answer.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, because when you try to show us this kind of finding, yeah, so it is only the scoring criteria on it, my dear. Yeah, when you try
Hi.
to explain the correlation here, so we can see, for example, one student got higher score on their phrasal verb. So what is it? The correlation with higher score on phrasal verb and then with their score of reading comprehension. If you try to analyze deeply, so that will be the correlation that you try to analyze. So you're not only mentioning, okay, we are using person for that moment and then we can analyze it. Yeah, you can get the correlation here absolutely also from the score of the students. Yeah, based on, okay, their uh, their comprehension of a phrasal verb here is excellent. So it should be positive or it should be negative. Yeah, with the comprehension of their reading score. Yeah, so if you mention it here, there are no we cannot conclude the correlation between phrasal verb score and then reading comprehension score. This is your basic, right? This is your basic that you use it to analyze using person product manner. Okay, Siva Fadila, do you see my
Okay,
point
sir.
here? Do you see
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
point?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So next, if you try to deliver your findings, okay, you can mention it because it seems like this data here is ambiguous. How come here 13 students, yeah, 13 students got a good score, yeah, on their phrasal verb score, and then we can see here the score of reading comprehension here is 21 students. That way that we try to analyze it, yeah, or it
Yeah.
is only or it is only, what is it? Each of the criteria starting from very poor, poor, fair, good, and an excellence. Yeah, you try to make it like, okay, this is the correlation between phrasal verb score and then reading comprehension score. Every single time that we found a student, they have low on their phrasal verb score, yeah, so we can give our assumption here, their reading comprehension also will be low based on their phrasal verb score. Yeah, since your basic background of your study, you're mentioning here, you try to conduct this research based on your personal experience, yeah, based on your observations, based on your result of interviewing the students or based on result of interviewing your friends. Okay, Siva Fadila. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, okay.
Okay, next one. Now let's have a look at this one. The percent correlation here between two variables is 0.496 with the value of our table achievement level of 5% is 0.308. Okay, from this one, I want you to please try to enlighten me more, yeah, enlighten us more with your finding here, based on the program that you used to analyze the data, please.
Um, so based on the result, and before I calculate the Pearson correlation, I um, test the normality and linearity, and after that I analyze the Pearson correlations, and I got the value is 0.496, and we compare the Pearson correlations with the R table. R table is a table to compare the Pearson correlations, and um, since the n is stand for the sample, which is 41, and in R table, which is the n 41, we take the significant level at 5% is 0.308, which is it's lower than the value of Pearson correlation. So we can conclude that there are positive correlations between phrasal verbs and reading comprehension, since the value of Pearson correlation is higher than the value of R table at the significant level of 5%. So I think
Okay,
it's
thank you
yes.
very much. Yeah. Now let's go with your conclusions. Here it is, the alternative hypothesis was accepted, and then the null hypothesis is rejected because the value of Pearson correlation R xy is higher than R table, yeah, 0.496, yeah, bigger than 0.308. Yeah, therefore, it can be concluded that there is a positive correlations between student mastery of phrasal verb and then their reading comprehension ability. So this will be your conclusions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain it more, please, about your conclusion.
Yeah, so the student mastery of phrasal verbs give positive contribution to students' uh, reading comprehension ability. It means that the stronger students' ability to master phrasal verbs, the better their reading comprehension skill. So, but this is not based on cause and effect. But if some students get low score in phrasal verbs, they can also get a high score. They can also get a low score in phrasal verb. So, and some students may get low score, but they can get a high score in reading comprehension. So, this indicates that if students get low score on phrasal verb, uh, it doesn't mean that the reading comprehension score is also low. So, I think that's my conclusion.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, that was your conclusion. Can you hear me, Shifa?
Halo, sir. Ya, halo.
Okay.
Sinyalnya.
Okay,
I
thank
think
you
the
very much. Yeah, I guess that's all for your
halo.
hello. Can you hear me?
Ya,
Okay, I guess that's enough for your PowerPoint presentation, Shifa. And then now let's
oke.
try
Thank you,
to
Mister.
let's try to have a look at your thesis. Yeah, and then for your thesis, yeah, I'm gonna focus on your reference only. Okay.
Oke.
Okay, can you see your complete thesis now?
Uh,
Not yet.
I can see. It doesn't show up.
Okay, and then what about now?
Yeah. I can see it.
Okay. Okay, let's try to track with the reference. Okay. Okay. This will be my main concern for your content thesis, Shifa Fadilla, especially for your reference. Starting
Oke.
with the first one here, from, okay, what happened? Why it's,
Halo, sir.
hello, can you hear me? Hello, Shifa? Hello? It's my internet connection or yours here, Shifa? Shifa?
Yeah, halo, sir. The connection is not good.
Okay, look at this one. Starting with Al-Wasila, you have,
Oke.
okay, you gotta remove this one and then try to find a new one, okay? Because we
Oke.
are not using Al-Wasila here, and especially from 1993, really?
Okay, sir.
Uh,
I'll check it. I'll check it.
okay, and
I will
then
check it.
you already watched the previous thesis defense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then every single time that I found your friend, they're using less than 2010. Yeah, I'm gonna ask them to uh, try to find a better reference. And it will be the same also with Bayer TR here. It is from 2007, so you are not going to use this. And then this one also from Larson Freeman. No, you're not going to use this one. You have to revise it. And then Frankel and G. Wallen, maybe you can use another kind of expert for this. Yeah. And then also with Gibart here. Yeah. And then okay, Hornby, you gotta find I guess not from the dictionary, yeah, current English here. Hornby, try to find the new one, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Next, okay, this one, Junior Tawan, Junior Tawan, that's okay. And then do not use this one also from Vogue and Bergman because it is from 2007. And then
Okay.
do not use also from Nation IS here because it is from 2009. And then Noonan also, try to find a new one. Okay, look at this one with Pang, Waka, Bernhard also here. You're gonna find a new one. Yeah, you get many revision for your reference. Yeah, and
Okay.
then okay, look at this one. Okay, it's 3 reprints here. You're gonna revise it.
Okay, sir.
Kemudian next year it will be okay. That's all. Yeah. And then in total here, you get to repass at least more than 10, yeah? More
Okay.
than 10 reprints, yeah? And then I'm gonna give you at least 3 days, yeah? That should be enough for you to revise all of your reprints,
Okay.
okay? Shiva, and
Yeah.
then next one, okay, try out of phrasal verb test. Okay, and then my question: where did you got this phrasal verb test here?
I collect from the some books, e-books, I think from internet source also.
Okay, but
And
how did you validate all of these tasks?
I in the below, sir, there are some tables. I use Excel to get the validity and reliability.
Okay. No, I mean from your phrasal verb test and then reading comprehension test. Who's the one that giving the validation for the test here?
Oh,
For the test. Who's the one, the expert that you ask to validate the two of the tasks that you use?
I just use the validity and reliability because I asked Mizai and it's I just use validity and reliability, sir. I I I I just I have I talk to Mizai and I just got validate with and validity test and reliability test.
Okay, I mean, when you try to collect all of the question here from some book, from some expert, you could also consult. Yeah, you could consult with your advisor. Yeah, the advisor that will give you the suggestion about the task itself. So you're creating the task by yourself, and then you're the one that validating the task. Do you see my point? See my Fadilla?
Oh yeah, sir. Okay.
Okay. And then what else that we got here? Okay, I guess that's enough. Yeah, Shifa, Fadila. And
Thank you so
then,
much, Mister.
okay, and then I hope you're going to revise your complete thesis, especially for the reference that you use. And then
Yeah.
after that one, try to put also in your first chapter more strong reasoning behind uh, the choosing of this research, yeah, and then also on your data finding, do not only mention about the scoring criteria, because when we try to grade it, it will be it will lead us to misunderstanding, I guess. Okay, Shifa Fadilla, thank you
Okay,
very
sir.
much, yeah, for joining this Thesis defense. Let's hope based on your performance while answering all of the questions, you can pass this Thesis defense. And
Amin
then
ya Allah.
who will be your second examiner?
Mr. Aswir, but I already I already done my test defense with Mr. Aswir.
Okay, but
Before.
the score, he is not sending me the score yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. One more
Thank
time,
you so
Shifa
much,
Fadila.
Mr.
Let's end this thesis defense here by reciting Hamdalah together. Yeah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil
Alhamdulillahirabbil
Alamin.
alamin.
Yeah. And then the last, Wallahul muwaffiq wal hadi ila sabilir rasyad. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.